This is my gaming PC, and this is my new M1 MacBook Air. In this video, we're going to be comparing the two and seeing which one gives us the most FPS in Minecraft. We're going to be putting each of these computers through their paces, doing various different tests between the two computers, and see which one comes out on top. Which one gives us the most FPS, the best performance, and just a general smooth gameplay experience. If you're new around here, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe down below. Let me know what other kind of videos you want to see me do on this channel. We're going to try and make this test as fair as possible. We're going to be using the exact same seeds. We're going to be playing on the exact same server. And we're going to be seeing which one is better. Before we get into the video, I just want to give a quick shout out to my socials. Make sure to go follow me on Twitter at Notre Dame YT. And make sure to go ahead and join my Discord as well. We offer loads of different things on there, such as PC help, tech discussion channels, you name it. It's all on there. Make sure to join. Link will be on screen and in the description down below. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so first things first, we're going to be trying Minecraft 1.8.9 Optifine on my gaming PC. So I haven't been on my gaming PC on this channel in a while. It's either been my super fast gaming PC, my low-end laptop, my MacBook, my Hackintosh. I never get a chance to actually record on my gaming PC. Now, I'm always using this computer for editing and thumbnails and stuff, but I haven't played Minecraft on this computer in a while. So yeah, let's try it out. So I've got 1.8.9 Optifine, as I said here. We're running my new texture pack, which is called Ether 16X by Mario. I'll leave a link to it in the description down below. Make sure to check out Mario. Really good pack maker, and I really like my Ether 16X edit. And to keep things fair, we're going to use the exact same seeds on my M1 MacBook Air. So here we are. This is Minecraft here. Now, the specs of my gaming PC is a Ryzen 5 3600, NVIDIA GTX 1660 Super, 16 gigabytes of Corsair DDR4 RAM. So yeah, pretty good system. Definitely enough to play Minecraft and record and do videos on. More than enough, if anything. So yeah, if we just show our FPS here, we're getting about 578, 585, 600. And if we fly around, we're getting a good 700. So yeah, really good performance on my PC. If we zoom in as well, 2000 maybe, we're at 1800. But yeah, I haven't actually played in full screen, so let's go ahead and do that. Still the same, as you can see, FPS wise, we're still getting really good FPS on this system. 1900, come on. No, it's not happening today. The computer's not feeling it. But yeah, that is what we're rocking with. Just need to make sure that these video settings and obviously the seed is the exact same on the M1 MacBook Air. But yeah, let's see what the M1 MacBook Air has to offer. All right, guys, so I've just switched over to my MacBook here. So yeah, we've got my texture pack on. We've got the exact same single player world. I've moved that across to this computer as well. I apologize for the bad quality. My capture card doesn't work with Mac, so I have to use my slightly cheaper one. Let me just have a look at my video settings here. Make sure they're all the same. Let's go ahead and throw up our FPS here. And boom. This is our FPS on the M1 MacBook. So we've taken a bit of a performance hit here. We're about 92 FPS. Now the thing with the M1 MacBook is it's quite weird. So you leave it for a bit, maybe just, I don't know, 5 minutes. Leave it to kind of sit there for a bit. And then for some reason, what ends up happening is the FPS just explodes on the M1 MacBook. If we just leave it a bit, come back in a bit and see what the FPS is like. Alright, so this looks like the best we're going to get it. I saw it got to about 300 there. If we look up in the sky, maybe do a little Optifine zoom in. Can we get it to 1000? Doesn't look like it, which is pretty disappointing actually. I actually thought the M1 MacBook Air was better than my gaming PC in terms of FPS when I first made my video on this. But yeah, I mean 300 FPS is still really good for a thin and light laptop like this. So yeah, there's your comparison. So after the first round, it looks like that's a win for the gaming PC in terms of FPS there. Now let's move on to the multiplayer test. So now we're on Hypixel with the gaming PC. Now surprisingly, my FPS takes a massive hit when I jump on Hypixel with the gaming PC. So as you guys saw before, I was getting like max of 1000, maybe even 2000 in single player. If I throw on my FPS on the Hypixel Skywars lobby, we dropped to about 200, but I don't know why. Okay, we're getting about 500, 600 now, 700, but just over in this area, it just seems we only get 200, but still, it's fluctuating quite a lot. Sometimes I get 700, sometimes at 200. Sometimes I'm at even like 150 just walking around here. It's really odd. Alright, so I'm in the Hypixel lobby now with the M1 MacBook Air. And our FPS is actually similar to the gaming PC when we're on the Hypixel Skywars lobby here. So we're getting about 200 FPS, which is pretty much exactly like what the gaming PC got, which is really strange how they're basically the exact same FPS. If we go over here a little bit, where there's a little bit less stuff to render, this is where you can kind of see the peak performance of what kind of FPS we'll get with the M1. And for some reason, our FPS goes down when we're over here. Okay, there we go. We've got 300 there. Anyway, yeah. So if we go over here, yeah, now we're getting about 100. I really don't know who to give it to on this one. Hypixel lobby is a very weird place. So I think in this case, we're going to make that a draw. So it's now 2-1. All right, so the next test we're going to do is we're going to just do vanilla 1.8.9. This is something I probably should have done at the start of the video, but I've just remembered to do it now. So yeah, this is vanilla 1.8.9, no Optifine, no mods, nothing like that. We're going to keep the settings exactly the same. So yeah, for some reason on the M1 MacBook Air, I can't go into full screen. I just have to use this kind of like, I don't even know what it is. It's like borderless windowed or whatever. Because if I try and go full screen, it's just a white screen and I have to reset all my settings and it's really annoying. And yeah, here we are on 1.8.9 vanilla. And yeah, we're getting about 115, 100 FPS, 130. Yeah, you can tell that this is vanilla because there's no Optifine zoom. And yeah, that horrible, horrible fog that I always turn off when I've got Optifine. Leaving it to load in for a bit, we're getting about 250 FPS, I'd say. That's probably about average. Let's do like looking down, maybe. See if that gets us any more. We're about 500. And if we look up in the sky, can we get 1,000? I don't think we can. I think the highest we're getting is about 540, I think I saw there. But yeah, let's go ahead and get switched over to the gaming PC and see how it compares. All right, so we're on the gaming PC now. Let's go on the same single player world with no Optifine, just completely vanilla 1.8.9. Throw up our FPS. Oh, straight away, we've just destroyed the M1 MacBook Air on this gaming PC. Literally just threw up my FPS for a second and we've got higher FPS than the max I saw on the M1. We are, if we look down here, 1000 FPS, 1200. If we look up, 1200, 300 again. Yeah, I think the max we got on the M1 was like 500 looking down and up. But yeah, we've completely doubled that on the gaming PC. I would like to say I'm surprised, but I genuinely thought the M1 was a little bit better than this. So after that round, it's another win for the gaming PC, which makes the score 3-1. So yeah, as you can guess, the next test is a 1.18 test. Now, I have no idea what's going on with my gaming PC right now. It's really slow. Everything's so unresponsive. So this is 1.18 single player, no Optifine or any mods or anything like that. Throw up our FPS. Nah, there's no way. 1 FPS. How is this possible? I have no idea what's happened here. I haven't done anything. I've literally just opened the game and it's performing really, really badly. I'm pretty sure my low-end PC could do better than this. What's going on? Let's go ahead and restart our game. It's probably glitched or something maybe. Alright, I've just restarted my game again on the gaming PC on 1.18.2 and it's still really laggy. Okay, let's throw up our FPS. Still, what? 1 FPS? Nah, this is stupid. What's going on here? Try and go in full screen maybe? Yep, even in full screen. It's not liking this at all. I'll try it off recording, but I don't know what's gone on here. So even off recording, the FPS is exactly the same. I have no idea what the problem is. These are my video settings. Yeah, if anyone can help me, let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, let's get switched over to the M1 Air. Alright, let's load up 1.18.2 on the M1 MacBook Air. Okay, let's go into our somewhat borderless full screen type thing here. We're not going to go ahead and use the exact same world as my gaming PC. We're just going to make a quick creative world, I think. I don't think it really matters. Alright, so here we are on the M1 MacBook Air. Straight away, it feels way more responsive than the gaming PC. Let's throw up our FPS here, and bam. Now that is a win for the M1 MacBook Air. Still, the FPS is really fluctuating. But yeah, this is without Optifine or Sodium as you'd use on the latest version of Minecraft. If you want to see a video on Sodium, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, this is a win for the MacBook Air, unfortunately. Alright, so the next test we're going to do is a Hypixel Pvp test. So as you can guess, I'm on my gaming PC right now. This is the Duels lobby, which has been a notorious computer killer for my low-end systems. But on my gaming PC here, as you can see, we get about 500-ish FPS. Let's hop in to do a classic duel. Now the gameplay might appear really smooth in the gaming PC, and that's because I'm doing a screen capture recording, whereas on my M1 MacBook Air I'm doing a capture card, which you could say messes up the results, but honestly I'm too lazy to plug in my capture card and record this properly. Oh, that was a close duel there. So in terms of FPS on the gaming PC, we're getting a good 800. I saw we had about 1,300 at one point, which is really good. Oh, there we go. Just clutched it. Had to dodge his arrow there. 1,500 FPS we just got there. That's pretty insane. Yeah, I'm not sure if the M1 Air is going to be able to match this, to be honest with you. But yeah, so let's see what kind of FPS we now get on the M1 Air. All right, let's go ahead and load up Lunar client on the M1 MacBook Air here. And yeah, let's just go straight on Hypixel and do some duels. Let's get into some PvP and see what FPS we get on the actual maps. Can we get 1,000 on the M1 Air? We'll have to see. So straight away, we're in at 500. We might be able to get more if we Optifine zoom. Maybe like, yeah, no, that's cheating. We want FPS in the actual fight. This guy's like crazy. What's he doing? And he beat me. Okay. So yeah, we're getting about 500 FPS on the M1 Air, which literally, I'm not complaining, honestly. It's still really good FPS for what it is. I mean, like, look at the thing. It's a fanless, thin and light laptop, and we're getting this performance on Minecraft. And it feels like a massive downgrade playing on 144 Hz versus 60 on the Mac, which is probably why I'm getting destroyed. No, mouse. Yes. Oh, what is going on with my mouse on the Mac? It keeps going over onto the second screen. Anyway, in terms of FPS, I think the gaming PC takes a win on that one, which is not too far behind, honestly, this laptop. 750 there. It's pretty good. So at the end of that round, that makes the score 4-2. So we've got one more test to do, and that is CPU temperature. All right, so got Mac Fan Control, which is an app that you can view the fans, which the Mac doesn't have any, and the temperature of the CPU. So as you can see right here, the value is about 60 degrees CPU, which is quite hot actually. It's on the hot side. So if we go and just open up our single player world that we were using before on the M1 Mac here, and just fly around a bit, play a bit of Minecraft, you know, just as you normally do. But we're going to compare the CPU temperatures between both computers. Let's look at the Mac Fan Control app. And we got up to about 72. Wow. Obviously the CPU and GPU are in the same processor. So yeah, 70. That is quite hot, I must say. And this is in degrees Celsius, by the way, not Fahrenheit. But yeah, let's switch over to the gaming PC and see what our temperatures are on there. Alright, so I've just switched over to the gaming PC and we're using a program called NZXT Cam. This is a software I use to control the lights on my computer, but it also provides some monitoring stuff here. So yeah, as you can see, our temperature is 54 degrees for the CPU. Let's go into our single player worlds here and just have a little fly around. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the kind of temperature difference is, whether my big beefy CPU cooler is keeping this thing cool. Let's check the temperature now. We are at 67. Wow. And 60. So the gaming PC has won that, making the score 5-2. But that was really close. I mean, you've got to think about the amount of fans I've got in my gaming PC compared to, well, none in the MacBook Air. That is very close, and very well done to Apple for being able to call the MacBook Air gaming. But yeah, that's going to be the video, guys. I hope you guys all enjoyed this little scientific experiment. I know a lot of you probably would have been able to call this result from before even clicking on the video, but it's just a fun little video that I thought I would try out today. If you've got any more ideas for things you want to see, definitely leave them in the comment section down below. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Peace.